So here's the pyramid. And notice that my height goes from the tip down. This is the height. This is no longer the slant height. This is the height of the pyramid, the total overall height of the pyramid. Okay? So step one is to do what, Caitlin? Caitlin, step one. Find the area of the base. What is the base, Kelly? What shape is it? It's a square, right? So can we all find the area of a square? And how do we do that, Max? Of a square. Or width times length, right? When we're talking rectangles and squares. What is the width times the length? What are the two numbers? Evan? What are the two numbers represented in the width and the length of a square? Okay, if 14.1 is the height of my pyramid, right? What is the width and the length of my square? 4.7. So I take 4.7 times what, Dustin? No, I'm finding the area of the square. I want the area of this, the square. What? Evan. Tell me. Say it loud, Evan. You're right. 4.7 times 4.7. And you should come up with 22.09. All right, so now, here's the equation we're using. Do I have all of the right numbers? Okay, step one. That's step one. This is step two. Do I know base? Do I know the B? How many of you say, yes, you know the B, Mrs. Miller? If you think we know what the B is, put your hand in the air. Do we know this right here? Put your hand in the air if we know this. What? Yeah. Right? 4.7 times 4.7 gives us the area of a square. So do we know B? What is B equal to? 22.09. So can we plug that in here? Yes. Do we know H? What is H, Katie? See, it says H equals 14.1. So do we know all the parts that we need to find our equation? Yeah? So we can plug it in. 1/3 of 22.09 times 14.1. 22.09 times 14.1 equals 311.469 times 1/3 gives me 103.823. Round it to the nearest unit and you get what? 104.
Do you use 1/3 or do you use 0.33?
I use 0.333. But you
really
can
multiply.
No.
Fractions.
And how do we label the meters? Are we using volume or area? So how do we label it? Cubed. 104 meters cubed. All right. Volume of a cone. That looks familiar. Volume of a cone is 1/3 the base times the height. Volume of a pyramid is 1/3 the base times the height. And what is the base equal? The area of the base, right? So, Cameron, what is our base? What is this figure? A circle. How do we find the area of a circle? pi r squared. This right here is base. Yeah? So if our diameter is 12.3 centimeters and our height is 20.7 centimeters, that's this little part. That's the height, right? First thing I want to do is find my area of my circle. How do I do that, Max? What's the first thing I have to do?
Find the area of the circle.
Yeah, well, what's the first thing I have to do to be able to find the area?
Cut the, you divide the area in half, or the diameter.
Yes, so this needs to become a radius, right? And our radius is 6.15. Okay? Then I can take 6.15 squared times 3.14. This will get me the area of my circle. Right? Then I take that answer, which is this, goes to here, times 20.7, and times it by a third. And I come up with 8.19.46. What is it rounded to the nearest unit? What is this rounded to the nearest unit? 819 centimeters cubed. So all you're doing is taking numbers and plugging them into an equation. A cone and a pyramid are a third of your area times your height. Because doesn't B equal area of base? Yeah? Questions? How do we label volume? Cubed. How do we label area?
Squares.
All right. Here's your assignment. And somewhere.
The test is on Friday. Thursday.
And here are your pages. So, page 455, you're doing 1 through 6. Page 456, you're doing 10 through 18.
Do you want us to write?
I want it on a separate piece of paper, please, and I want to try to find your answers. Page 474 through 475 is 1 through 14. You might want to write down what the little extra instructions. For page 475, 12 through 14, it's a three-dimensional figure that's both-sided. So it's a cone on one side and a cone on the other side. So if you can find the area or the this one was going to ask you for volume. If you can find the volume of the first cone, you multiply it by 2 because you have 2 of the identical cones.
Which page?
475.
Okay.
On page 456, 16 through 18, again, it's a two-sided three-dimensional figure. So you'll have a pyramid here and a pyramid here, and they're kind of find the area of this pyramid, and you get the area of that pyramid, add them together to get your total answer. Does that make sense? So if you look at it, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Look at page 456, 16 through 18. This one you actually have to find the area of a cube and the area of a pyramid on 16. 17 you have to find the area of a cylinder and the area of a cone. So you may have to go back to old notes.
Is it what? Is it on page 456 it's the same as on page 16. If you want the same word,
Well, not really, because one's for area and one's for volume.
This is due.
I don't know.